to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton, and welcome to a segment where we're going to be deciding whether or not Everton should sign Thiago Silva on a free transfer this summer. Obviously, we want a new centre-back this summer, and many names have been linked, a few which we've already discussed on this show up to this point, but Thiago Silva's certainly an interesting one in the respect that let's say he's the wrong side of 30, but that's an understatement. It's the turn of Thiago Silva to stand before the jury now, and by the jury I mean Paul and Terry, who joined me for this debate. We'll start with you on this one, Paul. 2 summers ago, we brought in Marcel Brands, who was obviously very keen on bringing in the younger players and replenishing an aging squad. Granted, he has brought the average age down considerably since he's come in, but are you surprised that we're going after someone who's going to be 36 in September?
Well, just what you said a minute ago, he's the wrong side of 30. He's actually closer to 40 in his 30s.
He's closer to 40 than 30, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a very high-profile name, isn't he? He's the type of signing where people will kind of sit up and take notice if he comes to Everton, but are they going to sit up and take notice going, wow, I can't believe they've signed him, he's great, or are they going to sit up and go, what are they doing signing that old man? It makes me uneasy, to be honest, because we've done this a lot over the last few years. We've signed these sorts of over-the-hill big names, hoping that they'll come in and give some experience and teach the younger players something, and it just never works. We've seen it with Etu. We had Rooney. We've got Delph now, who's probably the worst one of the lot.
Delph's a disaster.
Yeah, Ashley Williams as well. It sounds good on paper.
It feels like we've done it with Gareth Barry, and I feel like ever since we've been trying to replicate that.
Yeah, he's probably the only example of us doing this that actually turned out well. And even then, he came in. The only reason he was successful is because people didn't expect anything of him. The expectations were so low when he came in. But Thiago Silva, he's been a Paris Saint-Germain, for about 5-6 years?
8 years, 2012 he signed.
8 years. The French league's not great. We know it isn't. So how long has it been since Thiago Silva was in like a really hard, tough league where you've got to be on it every single game or you're going to get found out?
The best league he's played in is Serie A with AC Milan, and he did win a league title. But
yeah, how long ago was that?
2011.
10 years ago?
2011.
Yeah.
We were winning. We won a derby that season. That's how long ago it was.
Bloody hell. I mean, obviously Ancelotti must like him. He's got a relationship with Ancelotti, but Ancelotti's never struck me as the type of manager who, gives jobs to his mates. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, a lot of managers do. They bring in allies, basically. They bring in players who'll snitch for them. Let's be blunt. That's the reason Alcaraz got a job under Martinez. That's the reason Stekelenburg got a job under Koeman, isn't it? And that's the reason Sammy Lee got a coaching job under Allardyce. They just want mates. They want allies around them. And Ancelotti's never really struck me as that type, has he? I mean, he's got his son there, but his son's only a very recent addition, isn't he? So, to his backroom staff. So, if Ancelotti is dead set on having him, then Ancelotti's got enough credit in the bank that I'd be willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But we've seen this so many times. I just don't see it working. I really don't. He's too old.
I can't. That's the big question. That's actually what I was going to ask next. It's come out today that he reportedly wants 180 grand a week, and that is just not financially viable.
Yeah, we're up to our eyes in FFP anyway. If reports are to be believed,
coronavirus has affected everybody to an extent as well. How can we possibly be considering paying anybody that kind of money? Not to mention somebody who's 35 going on 36.
And hasn't played in a really fast, hard league for a long time as well. It's probably this is going to be his last contract, isn't it? So who knows what his ambition is.
The question is, does he even have any at this stage?
Does he have any, or would he come just to be what I said, just to be Ancelotti's eyes and ears in the changing room? So I don't think it will happen. I'd be very shocked if it did, because I'd like to think Brown and the club will have learned their lesson. I mean, they've got to be fuming at Delph, haven't they? Because Delph was one of those signings that people talk themselves into thinking it might be good, and it's been a disaster. So if we do this, then I just think the club, Brands especially, who's in charge of these transfers, is not learning anything. So we'll have to wait and see.
It is.
I don't want to see it. It
is concerning, Terry. I think you as well. Do you think we should be wasting this kind of money on veterans? It hasn't worked out before, so why would it work out this time? And also, is Thiago Silva really what we need? I don't know if it's what we need at centre back either. We've got enough slow defenders as it is.
It's very Bolton in 2004, isn't it? It's like
very Bolton in 2004.
Yeah, like player with a massive name who's pretty much finished his top level career. So we'll get him in because they're going for free and we can pay decent wages. I mean, if it is true, and that's a big if, I don't think that it's actually that out of the Marcel Brands wheelhouse as people think. Like, he's done it at PSV, excuse me. Bringing in old, couple of experienced players to sort of supplement the young squad on the whole that he builds. He's done it already once here with Fabian Delph. Now, we all hate Fabian Delph. Well, you say that, but it might be behind closed doors. We don't know what it's like in the dressing room. For all we know, the young players all love Delph. Now, we don't like him because of the things he's said and done while he's been here. But that's not to say that we know what goes on in the dressing room. So the ones that have come before Brands, I don't think we can really judge him on them because, we did bring in Rooney, Eto'o, go further back, you've got Ginola and Gascoigne and all that. And I would like the club to get away from doing these type of deals. I'm not for them at all because we haven't got a history of them working apart from really Gareth Barry, and you could sort of argue Rooney did, even though I don't think so other people would. But for me, the overriding thing of this, the elephant in the room is COVID-19. If this is true and we've moved on to Thiago Silva as the centre-back target from Gabriel, it shows they weren't joking when it came to when they came out that we were looking at loans and free transfers rather than big signings. It shows that.
I get that, but what about the wages? Like, we can't, if we are trying to cut back a bit, we can't be paying wages like that to anybody, let alone a veteran.
We won't give them that. There's no way. Like, I think that's paper talk, those wages. No one in world football will give him that, especially now, because how can you make players take wage deferrals and then give a new player who's 35, 36 a contract which makes him the top earner? They'd all go berserk. I don't think there's even a 1% truth in the suggestion that we'd offer him those levels of wages. I think if he comes in, he would have to come in within our wage structure, and I don't think anyone else would top that, would beat it, because no one else has got money either. So I think that's a non-starter, those big wages. I think he'd be under 100. What it is after that, I don't know.
Do you think we'll get him?
No.
I don't think so either.
I think it's... I don't think it's a good move, and I think the people in charge of our transfers are too intelligent and too experienced to make the move.
From what's happened already at Everton, I think.
Yeah, because how many players come to the Premier League and struggle with the pace and the physicality, and most of them aren't 35. You know what I mean? 36. So I don't think it's true. I think we may have sounded them out because we're exploring options, but I wouldn't imagine it's gone any further than that. If we had, say we were 3 years down the line, or we'd done our business really well up until this point, if we had a really young, really well set up, really, established squad, and we just needed one player maybe to complement that, or, we were lacking a little bit of leadership and that was the only issue, then yeah, I could see it. Maybe, okay, we'll bring Thiago Silva in, but you've already got Gabriel, you've already got Holgate, and you've got to say we had Tadibo as well, and we had lots of young players everywhere. Then I could see them like putting in like a Thiago Silva to sort of like, go in that mix, but we're not at that stage of a of our build at the minute. We're well earlier in the process than having, 35-year-old veterans. I don't think it's going to happen. If we do get him, I understand why. I think it'll be down to financial reasons. I think it won't be a lack of ambition or a lack of, creative. It'll be more being creative financially than it will be because he was the proper target. We all know Gabriel was the proper target. I hope it's not true. Fantastic player, but I just don't see it being a good move for the club, just from past experience of similar deals, regardless of how good the players were. But if it does happen, I definitely think I do understand why.
I definitely wouldn't even try and understand. I don't think it's a good move, to be honest. I don't think we should be going in for players who have passed their prime and have also won a lot, so don't really have a lot of hunger as well. I think it's just, I understand the financial side of things, but surely we can go ahead, Paul.
And unproven in this type of league as well.
Very true, yeah, as well. There's no Premiership experience there. I'd actually rather get a player who's not as good but has more potential to grow than splash our wages on someone who's easily had their best years well behind them.
A vanity signing. That's what he'd be.
It's a vanity signing, yeah, it is. I think it's exactly what we said before. It's a Rooney, it's an Eto'o, it's a Gaza, Ginola, whatever you want to, any of those names. It's another one of those if we end up doing this, and it's symbolic of the eras that those players were signed in as well, eras where we underachieved. I don't think it's a good move at all.
No.
So there you have it. I think we've all kind of agreed that we shouldn't sign Thiago Silva there. I think that seems pretty unanimous. So there you go, guys. For you guys who are watching, let us know what you think of the Thiago Silva rumours. If you're not sold on Thiago Silva yourself, who would you like to see come in as the new centre-half? And do you think we'll get him? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Give us a like and a subscribe too while you're at it. And thank you for watching on the Toffee Blues.